We are effectively lost. I mean, let's just be honest. Problem is, I am so close to being out of fuel. There's a fine line between being prepared and being stranded and alone. I didn't plan on flirting with that issue, but that's exactly what happened. As I headed out that morning, I had no idea that I'd end up scrambling to find a campsite in complete darkness in a vehicle that was running on fumes. Most people will never find themselves in that situation. They stick to the main roads, visit the attractions that are well advertised, and set up to handle the traffic. But there's a wilder side to West Virginia, the mountains. It's a side without much traffic, no support system. It's solitude, natural and therapeutic. That was my destination. Yet sometimes the journey becomes the highlight of the trip. It took more than 4 hours to reach the former logging and mining town turned cultural center of Thomas, West Virginia. It was the first of 4 planned stops, and my timing was perfect for a quick lunch at the Purple Fiddle and live entertainment by Athens, Ohio's Megan B. Not to mention some great conversation with an awesome couple that I met from Cleveland. After lunch, the plan was to go check out Albert Falls, which is on the same road as Douglas Falls. If you want to check out Douglas Falls, take a look at my West Virginia Waterfalls video. So what you see behind me is Albert Falls. Now, Albert Falls is right off the roadway. You can actually pull off to the side of the road up here, get a good view of it from the road, or you can walk down this little steep trail that has a nice rope to pull yourself up on and check it out from the bottom, which is what we're doing right now. From there, I had 2 remaining stops. The first was Ellicala Falls. Next would be Pendleton. Ellicala Falls is a lesser-known water feature within Blackwater Falls State Park. It's located just to the left of the lodge. Ellicala is easily accessible. That's both convenient and a massive problem. A lack of respect for the established trail has resulted in the destruction of the land, with multiple paths running in every direction. It's so bad now that it's hard to even see where the original trail went. It's a problem that's going to get worse over time as more and more visitors try to follow the established trail but really can't even figure out which one it is. I didn't know it yet, but Pendleton Falls Trail had already been closed by the park rangers due to the exact same problem. It was disheartening to see the condition of Ellicala Falls, and to find out that Pendleton Falls was now closed indefinitely. To be honest, I'd had my fill of tourists and civilization, and it was now time to go do what I'd come to do, to find an isolated spot, camp for the night, and get back to nature. We had a new problem to contend with. The exhaust manifold on the Land Rover had come loose, making it nearly unbearable to drive. This would require a 20-minute detour into Elkins to find an auto parts store. So about 3 miles outside of Elkins on 55 is a little barbecue place called Smoke on the Water. You can see it behind me. Now, I'm not stopping here to eat today, but this place, when I was here, I don't know, a month ago, was off the chain good. Really good food. Have a nice back patio you can sit on. Just tremendous food. Craft beer, not much more you can ask for. If you're down this way toward Elkins, heading toward Scenic Rocks, this is the place to stop and grab some food. Come hungry, their portions are nice. As you're heading east on Route 33 from Elkins toward Seneca Rocks, you'll pass the little town of Alpena. Just past the sign for Alpena, there's a road that goes off to the right. You follow that road out to Glady. You'll find the little town of Glady about 10 miles off the beaten path. From there, multiple dirt roads take up into the hills where you can find primitive camping. This is where I had planned on spending the night. Little did I know that I was going to be lost for hours. I found this random cool spot. Looks like they logged here, but the view of the mountains is amazing. I thought about camping here, but I'm afraid it's private property, so I won't. But you can see they definitely logged it. But wow, what a view. All right, so check this out. I've been looking for a place to camp, and it's been a long time since I've been down here. I think I found where it's at, but we just stopped and asked some guys back here at the campsite, a couple older fellas, where to camp at. They were telling me where it's at, and before I left, the dude's like, "Hey, you know, find a place, come on back here. I got room." I'm like, that's just cool. That's people down here. You've got to love it. These people are just phenomenal. I don't know. They're just great. They were kicked back, drinking some beer. They had campers set up. I don't know. Tempting, but I think this is an alone trip for me. It's solitude is what I seek. Right here is complete and total darkness. I mean, check this out. Yeah, you can't even see me, but it's pretty amazing. We are effectively lost. I mean, just be honest. I don't know where we are on a map. I mean, I know how to get back to where we were at. I'll just go back the same direction I came. It's no big deal. Problem is, I am so close to being out of fuel that I don't know whether to risk it going this direction or just go down the hill back this direction. So we're on federal lands. It's a dispersed camping area. I'm not even sure. I think this is called May, M-A-Y. I'm gonna have to double check when I get a map tomorrow that shows it. Cool site, dead silent. Let me turn some lights on, hang on a second. Got a fire going over here. My daughter made me stromboli, so I wrapped one up in tin foil, and it's heating up on the fire right now. I've got coffee for the morning. Got some nuts. Got about 4 beers, which is 4 more than I need. And I'll tell you what, really a cool site. Tomorrow morning when it's light out, I'll show you everything we have around here. Wow, a pretty good night's sleep. It is, man, it's 7:30. I slept in. Let me tell you, this little camper is cozy. Woke up a couple times because it got hot in here, and all I had was this comforter on. We've got this nice vent fan though. Man, popped that open and cracked the window. Wow, what a good night's sleep. Whew. Go out and check this campsite out. Didn't really get to see it last night because it was dark. So I think what we're looking at here is the North Country Rail Trail. So this is pretty neat because I'm camped right there. The trail's literally right behind me. You could come in here, set up camp, mountain bike all day long. I'm not even sure how long the trail is. I'm gonna do some research on it. Just a really neat layout. Let me show you the truck here. So I'm parked literally right there. So I was able to camp here last night, dispersed camping, so it was free. Right off the road. I had no traffic at all. Not a single car went by last night. Just a really pretty spot. I really wish I brought the mountain bikes now, because that's what I would do this morning. I'd have jumped up and hit the trail. But as it is, I got a couple things I got to do. One of which being fix the exhaust manifold on that old Rover, so I don't have to listen to that exhaust leak all day long. That's rather annoying. And then I'm not sure what the rest of the day has in mind, so it's about time to get going. So as if this place couldn't be epic enough, we also have this beautiful water down here. I think this is part of the, I'm not even gonna guess. So we've got a nice creek or river, I'm not sure which this is, flowing through here. I'm not seeing any fish right now. This would have been cool to get here early enough in the day to come down and check it out, hang out for a little while. Maybe put a couple lines in the water, see if you couldn't catch dinner. But for just finding a random spot, these are the things you don't plan for. My brother calls them happy little accidents. I'd have to agree. These are definitely some happy little accidents. But yeah, this is really cool. This is also what happens when you don't really plan your trip out. Yeah, we had a few hiccups. We had some trouble finding a spot last night, but to wake up to this, because literally last night, if you'd been trying to find this, no bueno. Now I'm gonna leave a link where to find it at. I'll show you on the map exactly where to come down to, because this is a place that needs to be shared. This is actually the wrench that I tightened this manifold down with before we left. And just threw keys in here. Looking for the ratchet. Alright, so I fixed the other two exhaust manifold bolts, but I still have an exhaust leak. It's probably on the actual manifold itself, and that's not a bush fix. So I've done what I can do. Guess we leave it at that. I'm thinking here in the near future, that West Fork Trail may have my name all over it. Oh, what a smoke fall of beauty. I'll never figure that one out. I know what you guys are probably thinking. Brad, why would you risk being stuck out here to fix an exhaust leak on your Land Rover? I get it. But you don't understand, it would drive me insane if I didn't give it a shot. I just always have to push forward and try. And I'm confident with my ability to get things done. I know I can get it home. not too concerned about that. But the more of these videos you watch, you're going to find out that I do things that maybe you wouldn't do because it triggers my little tick that I can't help it. But if you want to see more of those, please hit that subscribe button, and you'll probably see all kinds of stuff that you just shake your head at, and that's my fault. I have a little bit of OCD when it comes to making sure that everything's perfect, so it is what it is. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee, and we'll get back to this in a little bit. This is now the perfect cooking fire. If I had a half dozen eggs and some bacon, man, I'd pull the skillet out of the camper right now, and man, I can smell the bacon already. And if you look, we are right here. So West Fork Trail actually started back in Gaudineer where I first turned. And then you can see if we're here, here's Durban. And I'm just going to continue down the road to Durban because it looks like it's major arteries to everywhere. That way I can get some fuel. Pretty sure I can make it from here to there, down to Durban. All right, so we're packed up. We're gonna hit the road, and let me show you the first problem that we have. Check out the fuel gauge. We're pretty low. Let's get going. Just past a sign straight across, you can barely just make it out here. It says Durban, 7 miles this way, and it says Little Mountain Road, 7 miles that way. So you're kind of in the middle of everything, but I know we're close. It's like we're in the town of Burner. It's a ghost town today. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Looks like the lumber industry left, so did Burner. Just check out these roads. We got a trailhead straight across here. Burner Mountain Road, 4 miles away, and we are looking right now at the Span Oak Trail. We got a campsite here. I think we gotta check it out. Now this is where I do something stupid and get stuck back here with the camper. But you gotta check out these campsites because you never know when you want to come back. So it looks like we've got actually a few dispersed camping areas. And look at that, we got a turnaround. So that tree's not down, we're good to go. All right, this is a pretty neat site too. I see a fire ring. He's got these big cable spools as a table. Yeah, I could definitely make this work. Now this pisses me off. This really drives me crazy. Why burn right here? You've got a fire pit right there. It doesn't make sense. This is why you can't have anything nice. But reality is, this is a pretty cool little site. I could definitely camp back here. And as you can see, it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you're driving, it'll make it back here. It looks like someone has tried to build a fire really recently. It's already set up. And then there's some extra firewood here. I'm thinking that there's a sign on up the road here for the West Fork Rail Trail, and I'm sure it's running through here somewhere. All right, there's my reference point to get back when I get lost. But wow, very cool. So I'm gonna head back up to the truck. It's kind of neat seeing the old railroad bed here. You can see where they carved out the hillside. Got some stone coming down. Very neat. One of the things that you don't see unless you actually take the side roads, take the back roads, walk the trails, follow where they lead. Man, you don't know what's around the next bend in the road or across the next creek crossing. So here's the worst part about a Land Rover. You can't just roll down the windows. I mean, sure, you got these ones that slide forward and backward, but you just don't get enough air. On a day like today, I want to experience the air. So windows are coming off. There we go. All right, we're back in business. Reached the little town of Durban, and it's not a town. I'm sure there's a town on up because there's plenty of houses here. I see a whole bunch of houses over this hillside. So I know there's gonna be a place to get fuel soon. Funny how some of these roads just end up turning off of a side street. Didn't even know it's there. If you didn't know the route, you would never know that road was there. You'd never know those campsites were there. So that's pretty neat. I'm gonna guess this is the town of Durban, the actual town. Got several cottages down here I see for rent all around me. Now the question is, left or right? Great question. Going left. Thank goodness we found fuel. So no gas in Durban, and finally found gas in a little town called Frank. Now this is what sucks. 87. 93. Out of order. Next pump behind me is 87 as well. So we're about to put 87 in this thing and make it run like garbage. I'm not real happy about that. Now that the fuel issue had been sorted out, I started to come up with my next plan of action. I knew that Green Bank Radio Observatory was just ahead, and I was curious as to whether or not they would have any information on the 3I Atlas meteor that's scheduled to pass close to Earth on December the 9th. I wanted to look it up online to see where it was at. Unfortunately, there's no cell signal even close to the radio observatory. That way the signals from space are clear. Unfortunately, they had no public information available. From there, I was off to Cass Scenic Railroad to see their historic Shay locomotives. These engines are unique to the United States, and Cass is one of the only places left where you can hop onto a rail car and be pushed on a journey up to Bald Knob. But that's a journey for another day. There were still plenty of things to explore, starting with a road directly across from the Cass General Store that gave excellent views of the old machinery used when this place was still a logging town. On Route 250, just above Durban, I spotted a little green sign that talked about a scenic overlook. I made the turn and headed up the dirt road. Gaudineer, what it's called, Gaudineer picnic area. I'm gonna say we're gonna have the place to ourselves. That's just an observation, but yeah, day use only. Well, I am not seeing anything. It's an overlook. Check out the sign here. It says it consists of a half-mile loop trail with a breathtaking overlook, as well as several picnic areas. Looks like we're going for a walk. Trail, well maintained. It says Gaudineer Fire Tower site. I wonder if that's where the fire tower used to be, or is there? Yeah, I see the basis for it. Kind of a neat walk through the woods though. Very neat trail. Looks like a pretty cool little picnic area. So it's really neat looking through here. Everything's covered in moss. All the trees are lodgepole pine. And then you've got this meandering trail all the way through. I think we've made it to the overlook. There's a little bench here, little rail, and then this view. I think I'd like to come back here in the summer when all the leaves are out. Really impressive though. So the trail I came in on was the trail to the right, and it's wide. I mean, you could bring a wheelchair back here without a problem. So if somebody in your family is handicapped and needs that extra assistance, man, you could wheel them back here no problem. It's pretty flat too. Now I see going the other way, it's a narrow trail and it's strewn with boulders, but you could always go back the same way. You don't have to do the loop, obviously, but I'm pretty impressed that that right-hand trail also had the picnic table that was built for handicap accessible right there at the beginning. But I tell you what, if I had a family member who was wheelchair bound or walking impaired, I would wheel them out here, let them see this view. This is unreal. All right, we're burning daylight. Let's go see what we can do next. So I think I've decided that since we are headed back toward Elkins, I think smoke on the water barbecue is exactly what I have in mind. So, kind of looking forward to that. Now, last time I had a sweet potato that was loaded, that was covered in barbecued pulled pork, and had something else. And a couple of local draft beers, and I tell you what, it was worth the trip. Now, my luck, they're not going to be open on Monday, and I'm going to miss out. But so goes it, and we'll just find some other place. That's how we roll. No rules. So the weather's changing on me. That temperature's dropped. And if you look right there, that's looking like rain clouds. So won't be long. We'll be putting the windows back in the Rover and switching from these prescription sunglasses back to regular glasses. I don't really feel like popping contacts in today, so it's going to be an eyeglass day. But you can definitely feel that the wind's picking up. It's more overcast, a lot more clouds. I think we're in for some rain. It's time to get back on the road. So in true Brad fashion, I took the lower road, which was headed toward the old growth trees and the Allegheny Trail. I checked out the map. There was nothing I wanted to go see, but the road kept going. So what did I do? I kept going. So now it's been a couple miles. We're still going downhill. I have no idea where this road goes, but we're going to find out, because off the beaten path is what we do. Now the temp is still dropping. It's getting colder. I'm going to have to put these windows in real soon. It's chilly as heck now. But we are going downhill. We're still going downhill. Looks like this might flatten out here. Got a little bridge here. Pretty rugged creek. Check this out. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at, and I don't care. In fact, I think that I may make a new rule for this channel. I think the rule may be that you can't backtrack ever. You can never go back the road you came down. I think that might make it more interesting. Now, if this pops me back out on 250, obviously I'll get back on 250 and head back the opposite direction toward Elkins. But I don't know where this leads, so time will tell. Probably 6, 7, maybe 8 miles down this road. Just keep going. My only real fear down here is coming across a fallen tree that's blocking the roadway, because I didn't bring a chainsaw this trip, and I've got this camper. Of course, the camper's small enough I can just unhook it and flip it around. So I guess that's not a problem at all. But this is really neat. You're not going to see this on the main highway, that's for sure. I would say that not too many people who don't live in the area have ever been down this road. That's some kind of a sign. I don't know what it means. Well, it appears that we have reached the end of our road. Well, that's a bummer. It's a road to nowhere. I was really hoping we were going to find something neat. Now we've got a forest road there, 317, and this is a gated road. What's special regulations? November 1st to May 15th, catch and release, so we must be near water, obviously. And I will bet that water is that way. We're doing it. All right, you guys get to see what I see, which I'm not sure what that is. We're about to find out. So this road is even less traveled, obviously. And I think my only fear right now is someone going to lock that gate on me. That'd be bad. So I don't want to jinx myself, but let me ask you this. If you built your own vehicle, would you trust yourself to do this? Because God knows where we're at, or how to even get out of here. Put a comment down in the comment section. Is this stupid, brave, or confident? You decide. So I'm not sure why, but the road just ended. We have been thwarted. We had no choice but to back this camper up and get it turned around. Rock and roll. Alright, so we wasted a good bit of time coming down this road to actually see nothing. There was actually a gate to the left, and there was another road to the right with boulders on it. The road to the left looked like it went down to the hill, probably down to a fishing spot, but it was only open to non-motorized vehicles, so I didn't really feel like walking down there and seeing what it was all about. It's probably just a fishing spot, and I'm not that much into fishing. Probably a cool spot to check out, but it's already 3 o'clock, and I got to be at work at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'm still at least 4.5 hours from home at a minimum. So we're going to call it a day on this little adventure here through the woods, and doesn't mean we're not going to stop somewhere else. Hey, there might be more stuff to see. Yeah, this footage is not going to do justice to how deep we were in the woods just now. As you can see from the trail, nothing's really been down it. It's all covered. And we're coming out of the first gate now. Now, if I wasn't so far from home, that looks interesting. But maybe it's time to be sensible. But I'm so tempted. What'd you say? Do it? Don't do it? Maybe just a little ways. For the record, I know this is a bad idea. Okay? I just want to make that clear. But if you're going to buy a Land Rover, why not use it like a Land Rover? But then I get that other saying that commonly pops into my head at times like this. And that saying is, hey, you gotta drive this thing home, stupid. So I can see how washed out this trail is and how rutted out it is. And I'm really, really curious why there's a triangle-shaped sign up there, or a diamond-shaped sign. I really have no idea. But I think I'm gonna go up here and turn around and actually be smart about this thing. because I am way too far from home to get into any kind of real trouble. But who am I to stop now? So the sign was a winding road sign, as if nobody knew. As if nobody realized that the road winds around. Wow. Thank goodness for signs like that. I'd have never known. Probably not a good idea to having a camper back there either. Just saying. Alright, I'm gonna try a place to turn around and try to be smart. So I haven't turned around yet, only because I haven't found a space wide enough to turn around yet. But this is gorgeous back in here. Looks like that might be wide enough right up there. Oh, looks like the end of the road actually. It is, it's the end of the road. Well, we did it. We checked it out. Looks like there's a hiking trail off to the right up there. All right, I think I need two hands. I'd hoped to find some really nice campsites back down this long, winding gravel road, but the views weren't disappointing. Sure, there was no new places to camp, but it was still worth exploring. And if you ever get down here to Gaudineer Scenic Overlook, just know there's nothing beyond the other overlook. There's nothing beyond the signs. There's nothing beyond the trails. But we've already checked it out and explored it for you. Well, it was getting late out, and I was still 4+ hours from home. So I turned the truck north and started driving. It was an end to a perfect trip. It's hard to describe how liberating a couple of days away from civilization can change your perspectives. Adventures, misadventures, and exploration has a way of realigning your reality. Thanks for watching. Stick around. Watch some of my blooper reel. This is a place that needs to be shared. But, crap, oh, I'm gonna fall here. So I'll leave all the details on this location down in the comments, or down in the, we'll start this over again. I'll leave all the details on how to find this spot down in the, man, I'm drawing a blank this morning. I got you. I'll leave all the I'll leave all the details on how to find this spot down in the details of my video here, so you can come down and just find it right off the spot. Right off the, I'll leave all the details on this location. No. All right, so hopefully that was a cool shot, because this kind of sucks walking up and down this hill. Got the Land Rover parked right there. Come on, Mav, you've got no fuel for this. Goose, I'm just gonna buzz the tower. This is how a fat guy runs. Na. Doesn't do it 'cause it's fun. Need to get my ass in shape. I got nothing to run with shape. All right. All right, so I just stopped at this little carry-out store to wash my hands. And in the bathroom, above the toilet, is a sign that says, "To whoever keeps destroying the toilet, please go see a doctor. It may not be an exorcism. Otherwise, go poop in the field with the rest of the cows." I love it. That's hilarious. Oh, so filming this, I stepped right there and completely sunk. My feet are drenched. Oh well, I got the shot. Should be good for the blooper reel.